Hello, everyone. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge the contributions of my co-authors, Associate Professor Dilba and Professor Hussain. My topic today is going to be higher education as a source of revenue, Northern Cyprus, a case study. Quite many of us know Cyprus as a tourist destination because of its historical sites, its cuisines, its cultural heritage and all. But quite a few of us know Northern Cyprus, know that higher education is actually Northern Cyprus' largest import. This makes higher education a very important sub-sector in the education sector. Now, talking about higher education, it's actually a form of education that is that commences immediately after secondary education. So, in principle, it is an education that is acquired in the universities, colleges, seminaries, and so on. It's a well-known fact that countries such as Canada, the United Kingdom, USA, Australia are top choices for higher education, especially for international students seeking quality education abroad. This is as a result of the fact that these countries have got robust educational system, both for undergraduate and postgraduate courses. And their education style is centered around innovative ideas and researches in various fields, such as the STEM field. Also, these countries, universities in these countries, provide incentives for seasoned professors in other countries. This enables professors from other countries to move to these countries and as such improve the quality of education. Also, these countries' governments, the country of these universities has a very comprehensive curriculum, which has been modified and remodified over the years. All these are qualities of higher education in the listed countries: Canada, the United States, Australia, and the UK. But there are clauses, and these clauses include rising tuition fee, rising living costs, student loan debt, consistent difficulty in securing visa and other paperwork. These are challenges for international students seeking quality education abroad. And there could be a solution to that, or an alternative rather to that. And that's where Northern Cyprus comes in. Why is it an alternative, or why is it a better alternative? This is as a result of friendly government policies that ensure that international students from Africa, from the Middle East, are able to come with ease. Another fact is reasonable living cost of this country, Northern Cyprus. The cost of living in Northern Cyprus is actually relatively lower compared to countries that I'm considering. Also, tuition fee, hospitality, and the quality of education. And I believe every one of us know that there's no quality education without safety. And Northern Cyprus actually bring that to the table also. Now, to fully evaluate the revenue generated by Northern Cyprus, we use the method called the Fuzi-Promiti method to evaluate Northern Cyprus with other countries that have mastered the act of generating revenue through higher education. The Fuzi-Promiti method is a multi-criteria decision-making method that utilizes two basic principles. It uses preference function and weighting. Talking about preference function, we talk about whether the criteria considered are wanted in a maximum limit or a minimum limit. An example is safety. Every student will want a maximum safety wherever he or she is schooling. Another example could be given as for living costs. Every student will want a minimum living cost to pursue quality education abroad. Talking about weighting, this has to do with the importance of the criteria. And the weighting scale actually is in 0 to 1. All these I'm talking about will be shown in subsequent slides to come. So the criteria for this study, considered for this particular study are cost of tuition, which, as I've said, is very relatively low compared to the countries I have talked about. Cost of living, hospitality, safety, quality education, and school rating and postgraduate policy. Talking about postgraduate policy, I would like to make more emphasis about it because international students, basically, countries have postgraduate policies that ensures that international students schooling in the country can actually stay for a few months, some countries 6 months, some countries 1 year, so as to enable these students to tap into the country work market, job market. So I'll talk about this as I go on also. So for the method, we use what we call a fuzzy linguistic scale of preferences. The other time I made mention about weights and weighting. The weighting starts from 0. It's a ratio of 0 to 1, where 0 is very low, 0.25 is low, 0.5 medium, 0.75 high, and 0.9 or 1 is high. We considered, after consultation, we considered safety, quality of education, and school rating as very important for every student. Now, cost of tuition fee per year and cost of living per month is given a medium weight of 0.5. Hospitality and postgraduate policy is given 0.25. With this method, there is a possibility of us switching the weights depending on the preferences of every student. Now, this is the scheme of weighting. Another good thing about this method is we are able to merge qualitative and quantitative values together. As you can see, the cost of tuition and cost of living have quantitative values. Northern Cyprus has 7,900 plus, compared to the second cheapest, which is Canada, having 20,000. I believe you can all also agree to the fact that hospitality in Northern Cyprus is very high, safety is very high, quality of education compared to Canada, Australia, USA, and the UK is medium. Also, school rating goes with quality of education. We also gave medium to school rating. Talking about postgraduate policy, we give very low because, as I've said, postgraduate policy ensures international students, it ensures they can partake in the country job market. And Cyprus postgraduate policy gives just 30 days after graduation. So we gave very low to that. Now, these are the results gotten. From the results, I believe this may actually amaze some of you. It will amaze you to believe that Northern Cyprus came top, came top considering countries that are considered, Canada, the UK, Australia. But mind you, this is based on the weights and the criteria selected. The result, this is just a more of graphical demonstration of what the result is. As you can see, the result is divided into two. We have the upper positive part, we have the lower negative part. For Northern Cyprus, we have cost of tuition per year, cost of living per month, safety, hospitality has been positive. For the same Northern Cyprus, we have postgraduate policy has been negative, but quality of education, medium, mind you. It is medium considering the fact that you are comparing this with countries such as Canada, UK, Australia, and USA. Same with school rating. In conclusion, Northern Cyprus government they've made a significant progress and success in providing quality education for international students seeking quality education without compromising quality abroad. But nevertheless, improvement can be made in generating revenue because the more students that troop in, the more revenue is generated for the government. The students coming in will pay school bills, we pay accommodation, we feed themselves, and sometimes have fun. So this literally contributes to the country's revenue. Now the improvement could be made by reconsidering the country's postgraduate policy, probably by increasing the number of months or probably years at which graduates of the university schools could look for job or find job in the Cyprus in the country's job market. However, I also like to emphasize that the method used for this particular study can result in changes in the result. Because we talk about weight here. To a student's preference to weight might be different to the next student preference to weight. As a student give more priority to safety, other student could give a medium priority to safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa.